Hi everyone, this is Jack from Maths Forge, and in today's lesson we're going to be doing factorizing single brackets. So let's take a look at our first example. Here we're being asked to factorize 5x minus 25. What it means to factorize is to break the expression down into its factors. And how we do this is as follows. You have to think about the highest common factor that exists in both of these terms. So for example, 5x is actually going to be 5 multiplied by x. And 25 is going to be 5 multiplied by 5. So we can see here that the highest common factor in both terms is 5. We can go ahead now and take this 5 out of a single pair of brackets. And what's left on the inside is the remaining terms. So we're going to have an x, and then a minus, and then a 5. And you can always check to see if you've got the correct answer by expanding the brackets again. So 5 multiplied by x gets us back up to 5x, and 5 multiplied by negative 5 gets us back up to negative 25. So this should be our final answer. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now we'll do a 2-star example, this time only with variables. So just as we've done previously, let's break this down into their factors. So x squared can actually be broken down into x times x, and then we have a minus with a single x. So here you can see that the highest common factor is just going to be x. So we can take this x and put it on the outside of a single set of brackets. And what's remaining on the inside is as follows. We have a single x on the left. We have a minus symbol. Now, what has to be left here? If we've taken this x out, you might think that there's nothing left, which is a 0, but that's not true. You see, what's happening when you're actually taking out the highest common factor from each term is that you are dividing through by this highest common factor. So us taking out this x, we're actually dividing both terms by x. So of course, x squared divided by x is going to give us an x, and x divided by x is just going to leave us with a 1. And if we expand the brackets to check our answer, x multiplied by x is x squared, and x multiplied by 1 is indeed x. So this should be our answer in its simplest form. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now let's do a 3-star example. We're going to begin by finding the highest common factor in each term. So we have 24 multiplied by x squared. I know that from 24 and 20, the highest common factor I could possibly have is 4. So we're going to have 4 multiplied by 6. 4 times 6 is 24, and then we have times x, then a plus, and now we're going to break up this 20x. 20 can be broken up into 4 times 5, and then we have a times x at the end. So now we're going to go ahead and find our highest common factors. I can see here that 4 is the highest common factor that's a number, but then we still have some common factors that are variables, and we have a common factor of x that is a variable. So I'm going to go ahead and take out 4x from each term, and we're going to put this on the outside of the bracket. Now what's left on the inside of the bracket are the remaining terms. So we have 6 on the left multiplied by x, which is going to give us 6x, and then plus, and then we have just a single 5 on the right-hand term. So this is just going to be 5. And even though you took out an x, so this actually ends up becoming 1, but 5 times 1 is just 5, so we can just simply write it as 5. Now this cannot be simplified any further. And if we check our answer, there it is. And that's it for the lesson on factorizing single brackets.